Welcome back to the corner. You're not gonna recognize yourself in the next 30 days if you stick with me. I hope you have worked on some of the exercises that I've been working on for the past 2 weeks. If not, after this video or even now, go ahead and check them out and then come back to this video. I'm excited about this one. Can you create distance with your manifestation? With whatever you want to manifest, with whatever you desire? Are you willing to create distance because you prefer and you love your own peace more than your desire? And this is a harsh lesson that we eventually learn and love, but this holds true for a desire and manifestation as well. And it also brings things to you faster. So it has, now this topic has, surprise, has to do with detachment, but it's layered. There's more stuff than detachment. We're also going to talk about boundaries with your desires, right? And that's an important one. So I'm assuming you had watched the video yesterday because that was a powerful one on an exercise that you can do. And I know if you have done it, you're going to see big progress already. The proof is me. Okay, assuming you have already watched it, you woke up in a fabulous state this morning. I know that because if you've done it, then it is. How can we create distance with what we want to manifest consciously? The first thing that we can do is slow down. The importance of slowing down is not because we're trying to be some gurus or because we've heard that's the way to live life or whatever. There is a reason why we want to slow down. Because if I'm slowing down, do you see me or do you see yourself running to your fridge to get water every morning unless you're dehydrated? No, because it's there. So what is the point of running for something that's not going to move? We hurry ourselves if we think whatever that we want has put us on a timestamp, and if we don't arrive by a certain time, it will leave. So the best way to signify that you have trust. Oh my god, I smell potatoes. Oh my god. Wow, it's taking me back to Ethiopia. I'm back. I think so. We do not run for things that we know is already there. You're on the freeway. There is a bunch of people driving, obviously, and you're the only one with a steady pace. Why? First of all, we're all getting to the same destination. The people who are speeding have assumed, unless they have a life-threatening emergency or whatever, they are not trusting that when they arrive, things will be okay. If they chose to keep the steady pace without disturbing their own nervous system, they don't think they will get it. Do I have to compromise my nervous system? Do I have to compromise my sleep? Do I have to compromise my day-to-day in order to get what I want? Actually, that will create massive distance. So our job is to create distance for the slow moments that we have and savor them. We wake up, we get to stretch. We're gonna stretch. We're moving slowly. We're starting our day by igniting our senses. You just saw how 1 cent of freaking potatoes took me back to Ethiopia, and that completely bypassed my subconscious mind. I can talk to you day and night, say do this, but there are certain things that really light a fire on your senses, and they are so much more effective. But we did talk about our senses. Didn't we talk about our senses before? Just in case, I'll talk about it now a bit more. Not on doing. Oh, I think it was yesterday's video that I posted. Hard work does not exist in the 4D, alright? Because hard work is a very 3D concept, and it slows down things. It's not to say that you could not get things with hard work, but why would you do that when you can go about things a different way? It's not that you're not putting in work, but it does not feel like hard work. It does not feel like you're compromising something. I think that's what hard work, the definition is. You're pushing through even though you're low-key in pain. The pain might not be physical, but might be mental, or there's some sort of sacrifice involved. Very sacrificial energy. Whereas when you're dedicating your time to something that you love and it's filled with inspiration, it feels like you're giving, what's it called? I forget the word. Well, what is the specific word? I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna bother me if I don't look it up. Offering. Sorry. It didn't even help me out. Never mind, ChatGPT. It's hard work feels like sacrificial, but the other one, when it's inspired, feels like an offering, right? It's an offering. So you create space in the movements that you have. Another thing that you can do is creating intentional boundary with your desires. Now, what does that mean? Creating intentional boundaries? You dedicate certain times for them. Remember, we talked about the night and morning, and then perhaps midday, but dedicating specific slots so you can do intentional work to connect with your desire. Instead, otherwise it can feel like leaked energy. Just because you desire something and you want to manifest something, the way you go about it can be very toxic. So this is how we prevent toxicity. And what's funny is the same things that apply in a relationship, the same thing applies to how you want to manifest other things in your life. You don't want it to be a codependent relationship where you're so miserable without it. You don't want to give it access to you 24/7. There's specific intentional times that you connect, and it's so funny how actually my mind is blown right now because I never really connected it like that before. All the love languages can also be applied to how you freaking manifest acts of service. How did no one else in this world connect this before? Dude, acts of service, affirmation, touch, right? What was it? Acts of service, touch, quality time. All of these things are so in line with how we actually manifest, right? Acts of service, what are we willing to do? What kind of inspired action are we willing to take from it? Affirmation, what words? How are we feeding life into ourselves? Using mirror, we feed life back into ourselves. Physical touch, how are we using our senses to be in line with what we want? Quality time, are we willing to dedicate specific intentional time to spend to get closer to our desire? My own mind is blown because I've never heard anyone talking about this. Truly, about to freaking walk it off after this. Oh my god. I think this was the main thing, really. I'm so happy for when whoever needs these videos come across them and they work on them. Cannot wait to see the shifts that they're going to experience. By the way, guys, money is not difficult to come by. It comes when you see how useless and easy it can be. You know what I've realized about money? It stays away from us when we think we have to do this complicated thing to get it. It's actually really funny. The more we think that we have to really upgrade our skill or really do something wild and blah, it kind of slows down. I went a little off tangent, but there's a lot of people who are, usually with manifestation, people always connected with money. But it might not just be money, but I guess a little tidbit in there for that. So what is our takeaway from this video? What are we gonna do? What is the next exercise? Creating a boundary with our manifestation. You don't get to occupy my mind. You want to embody it, but that takes time. And the more intentional you can be about when you get to experience it, the embodiment will happen naturally. It's when I walk around saying, oh, I am magnetic, I don't have to say I don't have to walk around obsessing about being magnetic. No, there are certain things that you do that naturally will put you in that state, and that's what embodiment is. All right? Actually, the other one will put you in a forever land of attempting to be it, but never quite getting there. So take a look at the videos. If you have not, make sure you subscribe. If you have not, because I am dropping exercise every day. You're not gonna recognize yourself in the next 30 days if you stick with me. I'm excited for you.